and welcome to a very special show of Gadgets and Gizmos, where we get you the latest reviews and stories from the world of technology. I'm Siddharth Sharma, and let's begin by telling you what's our lineup on the show this week. On the show this week, we get you all you need to know about the Android One smartphone from Google. Also on the show, we get you a smartwatch with a difference from Tomtom. And which one is better, the Micromax Canvas Nitro or the second generation Moto G? Alright, that's our lineup on the show. And first up, the big news for all you budget-friendly smartphone lovers out there. Google has finally launched the Android One smartphone in India. And they are competitively priced as well. Take a look.
Google has launched its Android One handsets, and India is among the first countries where these devices are available. The first set of Android One devices are Micromax Canvas A1, Spice Dream Uno and Carbon Sparkle 5, all priced between Rs 6,000 to Rs 6,500.
So we are very excited. We have 1 billion users, but we talked about this at last year's I/O. Our goal is to reach the next 5 billion people in the world. When I go back home to India and other, thank you. It is exciting to see the impact phones have on people's lives, but it's disappointing that only less than 10% of the population have access to smartphones. We want to change that. So we've been working hard with our ecosystem on a very important initiative, which we call Android One.
The latest move by Google is being viewed by many as the company's attempt to corner the lower end of world's fastest growing smartphone market. In terms of specification, all the three phones will have a 4.5-inch display, dual SIM support, and run stock versions of Android 4.4 KitKat. Hardware specifications include a quad-core processor, 1GB RAM and 4GB internal storage. According to Google, this specification set ensures a fluid experience for the users, as opposed to many cheaper Android phones that are already available in the market. Each brand has been paired with one e-commerce website as an exclusive tie-up. Spice will be available on Flipkart, Carbon will sell on Snapdeal India, and Micromax's offering can be purchased exclusively from Amazon India. The price of owning an Android One device? Just Rs 6,399.
Okay then, what do we have here? This is the all-new Android One smartphone from Micromax, and this one is called Canvas A1. If you had any notions so far that Micromax is just another Indian brand that produces average smartphones, hold your thoughts. Check out the specs of this Android One smartphone.
Meet the Micromax Canvas A1, the company's first Android One smartphone in partnership with Google. It has a 4.5-inch FWVGA screen, powered by a 1.3 GHz quad-core processor, and runs on Android 4.4 KitKat operating system. There is also a 5-megapixel rear camera with LED flash and a 2-megapixel front-facing camera. These specifications are similar to all the Android One smartphones from Spice and Carbon. Only the design of the smartphone is different. And the Antutu benchmark results are also amazing. The Micromax Canvas A1 comes in black and white colors and is priced at Rs 6,499, which is about 100 rupees expensive than its rivals. The Canvas A1 is exclusively available for purchase from Amazon.in.
While specifications on the Android One smartphones are similar, the only major difference that you will find will be in the looks. And the Micromax Canvas A1 is definitely the better looking of the lot.
We all somehow knew that making a good smartphone for less than Rs 10,000 was possible. Motorola Moto E was a fine example. But we were all waiting for Google to hit the ball out of the park with its Android One program. And now they are here in India. And Micromax Canvas A1 is looking to be the finest among the three. It has a nice matte finish back, round edges, and a distinctive looking cap around the rear of the camera that gives this smartphone some substance and definitely an edge over its rivals. The smartphone has nice rounded edge design and it won't poke you in your pockets at all. Up front, the speaker grills will remind you of the Google Nexus 4, but then again, design elegance with this smartphone is intact. It's neither too flashy nor too dull, and in no way looks like a smartphone that is priced under Rs 10,000.
Okay, fine, agreed. The Android One program is great. People can now easily afford a powerful smartphone, right? Well, there is a catch to it.
A quad-core processor with lightning speeds, powerful RAM, latest Android operating system, price Rs 6,399. Wow! But wait, where do I get this smartphone? Let's see where people believe they can buy this Android One smartphone from Google.
These phones are actually a smartphone and which are replacing the old Nokia kind of a phone.
No, I don't think shops are like very premature destination for these, right? From the mobile store.
I think it is available in the market on any mobile shop.
I probably think in a shop. I mean, I don't know.
Everywhere online, on a shop, a retail outlet, wherever they are available.
And here is what they thought about it when we told them that you can only buy these awesome smartphones online.
I can order it via Flipkart, via Snapdeal or a shop also.
If you put something online for selected people, all right, other people will start craving, and this obviously is an advertisement gimmick.
You might not find internet everywhere, but shop is something where you find even a nukkad.
I think it's always good to have a first-hand experience of what you're buying. Since it's available on the internet, people will not have that access.
I don't think it's a good idea to make the phones available only online. It should be available on markets also, on shops also.
If you're only making it available online, definitely it's limiting the audience. Even though I do consider that, online purchasing is increasing nowadays, but still it's limited to a few handful of people.
First of all, it's a budget phone, and most of the people who are not using internet will not able to get it. Then what is the use of a budget phone?
So here is a marketing 101 for Google and a couple of more Chinese smartphone companies that have been pushing these smartphones on e-commerce. If you want your customers to respect you, these phones need to be sold in traditional retail models as well.
Now, mid-end Android smartphones are quite popular among the masses. And recently, two giants clashed in this space. Contender number 1, the Micromax Canvas Nitro, and contender number 2, the second generation Moto G. So let's take a look at how these smartphones fare in comparison. But first, take a look at the specs of the Micromax Canvas Nitro.
This is the new flagship smartphone from Micromax stable. This one is named Nitro. The Canvas Nitro features a 5-inch IPS HD display with 1280 by 720p resolution. This is an octa-core smartphone. It houses a 1.7 GHz octa-core MediaTek MT6592 processor with 700 MHz Mali 450 GPU, backed by 2 GB of RAM and 8 GB internal storage. Micromax Canvas Nitro runs on Android KitKat operating system, and at the back you get a 13-megapixel autofocus rear camera with LED flash. There is also a 5-megapixel front-facing camera. The battery on the Micromax Canvas Nitro is 2500 mAh and it is priced at Rs 12,990.
Alright, those were the specs on the all-new Micromax Canvas Nitro, and let's take a look at what the rival, the second generation Moto G, has in store.
After the success of the first generation Moto G, Motorola has come out with the all-new Moto G second generation, and this one faces a stiff competition. The new Moto G is powered by a 1.2 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor backed by 1 GB of RAM. This is a dual SIM smartphone with micro SIM compatibility. The new Moto G boasts of a bigger display and now features a 5-inch HD display. The camera is also improved on the new Moto G. It now houses a 8-megapixel rear camera with a LED flash, and the front camera for selfies is a 2-megapixel one. It runs on the latest Android KitKat operating system, and there is a non-removable 2070 mAh battery on the phone. Moto G, just like its previous version, is only available online for a price tag of Rs 12,999.
Now, Moto G and Micromax Canvas Nitro both are priced at approximately 12,000 rupees. So which one is a better option? Let's find out.
All you guys who are looking to upgrade from a budget smartphone to a mid-range one, look no further. Micromax Canvas Nitro and Motorola Moto G might interest you. To get a clear perspective between both these devices, let's check out which one is a better smartphone. When it comes to the display, both Motorola and Micromax devices stand even as they have pretty similar specifications. Both smartphones offer HD displays which are bright, crisp and give out amazing color reproduction. So both score a point here. In terms of specifications, Micromax device takes a lead over the Motorola phone as it runs on the MediaTek's true octa-core processor. It uses 8 cores to perform multiple operations smoothly and still be able to have a long battery life. Moto G second generation runs on a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor backed by 1 GB of RAM, and there's 16 GB memory with an option of an expansion, a feature which was sorely missed in the first generation phone. Meanwhile, Micromax phone is backed by the 2 GB of RAM, 8 GB of inbuilt memory which is expandable up to 32 GB. Micromax Nitro is a better spec phone than the Moto G. Micromax Canvas Nitro has a 13 megapixel rear camera with Sony IMX135 CMOS sensor and features a rich 5 megapixel snapper with Scott Blue glass filter, f2.4 aperture and also 75-degree viewing scope, which is certain to impress selfie aficionados and makes it a better camera phone than the Moto G. Moto G on the other hand houses just an 8 megapixel camera on the rear and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. More megapixel count in the camera does not guarantee a good quality photograph. It all depends on the type of lens, size and aperture. And Micromax has it all. A bigger megapixel count and a very good sensor for those crisp images. The battery on the Micromax Canvas Nitro and the Moto G lasts for about a day. Micromax has a removable battery while the Moto G has a non-removable one. Both these smartphones are only available online. Canvas Nitro is available on Snapdeal while the Moto G is available on Flipkart. The price is Rs 12,990 for the Micromax and Rs 12,999 for the Moto G. But you have to choose between the two. Micromax Canvas Nitro is a better option.
Now, I'm no big fan of the swivel camera. Not every smartphone can carry it off, right? But recently a Chinese manufacturer just managed to make it look nice. Next up, the review of the Oppo N1 Find Mini.
The Oppo N1 Mini is a well-built phone that looks premium and feels durable. It might have a smaller form factor compared to Oppo N1, but it's an exact carbon copy of its elder brother. Weighing at 151 grams, it is sleek, but it's not the lightest or slimmest phone around. Oppo N1 Mini sports a brushed steel frame that wraps the entire edge of the body, while the front and the back panels in plastic feature a matte finish. The front of the phone is dominated by its 5-inch 720-pixel screen, so unfortunately it's not full HD, but does offer good viewing angles and looks really bright and vivid. The key highlight of this smartphone is undoubtedly its camera. Made for selfie addicts, the N1 Mini sports a 13-megapixel front-facing camera that rotates around 195 degrees. This means you can snap normally as you would through any front-facing smartphone camera, but then flip it around for those awesome 13-megapixel selfies. Apart from the camera, Oppo N1 Mini is powered by a 1.6 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor, Adreno 305 GPU and 2 GB RAM. Just like all Oppo phones, the N1 Mini runs on the Color operating system, which is the heavily customized version of Android. The smartphone also offers 16 GB internal storage. For Performance-wise, we did not face any issues with the Mini. Multitasking is smooth and there was no lag while launching apps or switching between them. Oppo N1 Mini has a 2140 mAh non-removable battery which delivers a pretty satisfying performance as it will last you over a day with moderate to heavy usage. The most disappointing thing about this phone is that users will get no external storage option as there is no micro SD card slot available. Which means that you're stuck with just the onboard storage and that could be annoying for those snapping lots of selfies. We also got a chance to use the O-Click Bluetooth accessory with our N1 Mini. The sleek looking remote acts as a camera shutter button which makes taking selfies really simple. It's easy to set up and all you need to do is just pair it with your handset via Bluetooth and you're good to go. While the O-Click is a bit gimmicky, it is an interesting accessory to have if you don't mind forking out an extra 1800 rupees. So what's our verdict on the new Oppo N1 Mini? Well, it's an excellent phone with premium quality build and offers good performance. The Mini's rotating camera is every selfie lover's dream come true. However, at a steep price of 26,990 rupees, the phone does not offer top-of-the-line specs and lacks external storage options, which is disappointing given the price and the rest of its features. So if you're crazy about clicking selfies, then the Oppo N1 Mini is the smartphone for you. But if you're after better hardware, then maybe give this one a miss for now.
Moving on guys, wearable technology is on the rise in 2014 and Tomtom, a company known for making great navigation systems in cars, have come out with a multi-sport smartwatch. Let's take a look.
Tomtom, known for its GPS products and services for navigation, saw an opportunity to get its technology into the hands of athletes. A new line of GPS-enabled sports watches, including the Tomtom Sports GPS watch. Lets runners, swimmers and cyclists track their workouts with ease. The watch measures time, pace and distance, while a few other neat features under the hood help it work well indoors and outdoors. A gigantic and exquisitely readable LCD, easy to press buttons and slim and lightweight design round out the package, showing that Tomtom knows what athletes need in a watch. You can bundle a heart rate monitor in for an extra $50. And for $299.99, you can get the whole kit. The Tomtom Multisport watch is available in grey and dark pink, has a tremendously large and bright high-resolution LCD protected by Gorilla Glass. One can read data with no problem in sunlight, low light and even while wearing goggles. The watch also has audio and vibration cues that you can enable for training modes so that you don't have to look at the face to know when you've hit the mark. The watch itself is lightweight, looks sporty and is an eye catcher. The battery lasts for about 10 hours of continuous workout tracking and you can recharge it with an included USB charging stand. Below the bezels is a square frame that comprises of 4 buttons to operate the controls. The Tomtom Multisport GPS watch works both indoors and outdoors, a much sought after feature for a lot of runners and swimmers. Because it has a 3-axis accelerometer inside to measure movement when you're on a treadmill. Each one of these supported activities has its own menus in the watch to customize your workouts and goals. The watch stores data about your previous workouts as well. The Tomtom Multisport GPS watch puts wonderfully simple controls and a super readable LCD into a comfortable device for athletes. From a technological standpoint, Tomtom Sport Watch isn't as cutting edge as those that roll strapless heart rate monitors right into the watch itself. It's still a very good GPS watch that works well if you take the time to learn some of its ins and outs of how it works. Right now you can only buy it online.